I will use a bonus action to extend my rage by letting out another like low bellow roar at the Oni.
It turns back with you with the same crazed face that's on its icon. It's got the same skin tone as you, bro. Look at that.
Yeah, he's trying to make fun of me. I find this thing very racist. It's blue face on this thing, okay? It's not acceptable.
Okay, I'm blue too. Blue-gray.
Oh, did we just come up with a name for you? Are you guys the Blue Man group? Alright, nothing important happened last week, right?
Nah. It's pretty bad.
Pretty tame, just more goblins.
Yeah.
Yes.
Big goblin.
Big goblins. Small goblins. Mind goblins.
They didn't mind.
I think it was so cool that we actually went for like a full 10 rounds, more or less. That was awesome.
You could have went more had you decided to fight the Drider.
The what?
You could have.
Oh, the Drider, yeah.
You and
I was
Nesnar.
up for, but I had to take a nap.
Just the goblin itself, like that whole fight lasted about a good 10 turns.
Okay, so shall we pick it up from where we left off?
Did we get a long rest?
Yes. Let's say yes. Let's say going back in time is the equivalent of having a long rest and not bleeding out on the floor.
That's funny.
I'm back, baby.
And where you are back to, back being the right word, actually, Nesnar made a deal, and he gave you all a piece of the Black Obelisk, his piece, that he got at Wave Echo Cave. And it has a funny effect of, when being picked up, transporting the group back to an unspecified place. When the group comes to, the group finds itself in a fortified encampment. There are Dragonborn around, there are Tieflings around, there are little druids around, and there are archers manning the post. And every single one of them looks absolutely exhausted. And let's, for the purpose of this, say that Echo has currently landed somewhere unknown.
Uh-oh.
I know, no Echo. Where could she be?
So, but it's quiet now without the echo.
Oh, don't worry. There will be loud explosions in the near future.
I'm gonna go ahead and say right now, Frampt is very uneasy about the scene because he sees a lot of chopped down trees.
Yes, there are a lot of chopped down trees, and there is a lot of wood and a lot of makeshift barriers and a trench that is dug around the perimeter of this. Everybody looks exhausted and battle worn, and as the group appears, they look to you, and there is a noticeable exhaustion and a noticeable gasp as the one who looks like he's in charge comes over and says, "And who do we have here, friend or foe?"
Grum will go ahead and approach and say, "Where are we? We were brought here against our will. What is this place? What's going on, and who are you?"
I'm Talgas, the archdruid of these parts. We are Well, we are miles away from the Enclave. We've been under attack for at least a week. And we're trying to figure out if you are a part of that attack, or what are you? Who are you?
I can assure you we have not been part of any attack here. We come from Phandalin, and as Framt approaches, Grum says, "My name is Grum." He shifts his torso and, gestures his hand, because this is one of my these are my companions, Framt, and then to Nyx, introducing them both.
He acknowledges you each with a nod.
When he nods, Grum will continue and say, You say you've been being attacked for about a week. By who or what?"
He looks at you and he debates. He kind of twists his head left, right, and he says, "There is a coven of hags that have pulled us away and enshrouded us here. They're after something we have."
"And what is that, great thou?"
He looks, he says, "How do I know I can trust you? You just came here. How do I know you're not one of the hags?"
I speak up and I go, "How can I trust an archdruid who has allowed this many trees to be cut down? Are they cut down, or are they knocked down from the battle?"
Well, make a perception check or an insight check.
Perception. Ooh, 15.
With a 15, it looks like a combination of both. He says, "When we are safe, the trees will be regrown quickly. We needed the clearing quicker than the trees could move otherwise."
I just hope you showed proper respect before you've cut all these down. Not every tree is as mundane as they look. For sure that you know.
Oh, don't worry. They assented to our aid. I suppose.
In that case, I give
you give a
reluctant bow. Just kind of like reluctant nod, kind of.
You're still uneasy by the sheer number of fallen trees.
So as
and I was mostly in and out of consciousness before we got here, so I'm still getting my bearings.
Yeah, I think Grum would take notice of that, because he's been around the block a few times. He knows when someone had a rough go in battle, so he's just kind of trying to take points so that you can get your bearings, and also be like, "Look, dude, we just got here. You clearly know who your enemy is, and you don't know who we are. So it seems logical that we are at least more trustworthy than your hag problem." So I'll ask once again, and the tone is not with any kind of attitude, but he's just so I'll ask again, what are they after? And if you're so concerned about whether we're trustworthy, simply tell me what I can do to prove to you that we are not your enemies.
Roll a persuasion check.
All right. Because I'm really good at those.
I'll give you guidance. I'll give you guidance.
It wouldn't matter.
Oh, no.
Even with a 4, it'd be a 9.
So he looks at you and he says, "In time. I hope you have battle knowledge. They are sure to attack again soon."
That's when That's actually when I would step forward, and I would say, I've actually spent time in the amongst the Fae. Hags are a problem there, and this wouldn't be my first one. This wouldn't be my first time, though. 3, that's a little tough.
Actually, we believe there's more than 3. They've made an alliance beyond themselves to get to us.
Well, look, if you're not going to tell us why, then we have no reason to even bother considering assisting you all. We have our own journey to make, and we're not even sure where the hell we are. And I've asked you twice. Talk about manners, looking at Bramp and Nick, and just kind of shakes his head.
The tiefling that's by Nyx steps over to her and says, "Hello, I don't see many tieflings around here. I'm Klaus. How are you? Who are you? Where are you from?"
I am Nyx, and I am from Phandalin.
Oh, I've never heard of it. Are there many tieflings there?
Not that I have encountered.
Yes, I'll have to go there one day. It seems fascinating. Do they accept you?
Well, I mean, I am with Frampton Grum, so yeah.
Oh. That is wonderful. It's nice to meet you. And he looks at Frampton Grum and he bows. You can see the top of his horns as he does.
Brum kind of like does the monk wuxi type of thing where like he puts a fist into his palm and does like that kind of martial arts style bow. But it's just his head, not his torso.
As you do, you see a green smoke start to swirl right here. And after a second, you see a hag appear, and she slowly starts to make her way down the ladder, and all of the archers point at her. And she cackles, "Ah! Oh, put them away, boys. They haven't done you any good so far. I said something. Magic's afoot. It's time to surrender the egg." Halgas reaches into his robes for something and just kind of holds. And he says, "We will not be intimidated by illusions." The hag says, "Now, we'll make a deal. Everybody will be allowed to leave, and the egg will be left, and no one will be hurt. Do you all assent?" And she slowly walks towards.
Brum
Bram immediately
is over to Talgis, and he tries to keep eye contact on the hag, but he's like nudging Talgis, says, "Give me the egg. Do not argue. Trust me."
Roll a persuasion check.
Do we know
Come
what?
on,
Persuasion.
Do we know what kind
Frank
of
is gonna
it is?
stand in front of Tullius.
He has. No one said what kind of egg it is yet.
It's hidden in his robes, right? You said?
He's holding something. It might not necessarily
or at
be
least
an
we can-
egg. Grum, did you roll another 5 on persuasion?
Yeah.
You're the least persuasive person ever, just so you know.
I wonder if I
Brum
could do
just kind of growls, and he's
help in
like,
this persuasion.
You
What?
can You can try to persuade, or you can give Grum advantage.
How do I give him advantage?
You just
You just say so.
Yep, and then he'll have advantage because you're helping him.
Okay, Grum, I'm gonna help you. So
All right, Grum, re-roll.
Okay, I'll give you guidance. Woohoo!
14. Hold on. Plus guidance. Hold on. Ugh, 15.
15
Hey,
is
15.
actually decently better than a 14. You wouldn't think it is, but it actually is.
That little bitty one, man. Sometimes it really does pay off, but still doesn't feel good.
Grum, Tao looks at you and he says, "She's trying to get a hold of a dragon's egg. It's too big to
Ooh.
just hand off."
He said it's so he's handing me a dragon's egg. He specifically just said, right? Just confirming.
Actually, you see this little thing. You see this actual thing about here that's
Yes.
at least as big as a toddler and weighty as such. That is a dragon's egg. He's holding on to something else.
Okay.
I'm immediately.
So what is he
saying,
handing?
"No deal."
Nothing?
He hasn't given you nothing. He hasn't given you anything. He's told you what the egg is. But he's holding on to something else.
Okay.
No deal,
Well,
Hag.
that persuasion was wasted.
Yeah, maybe not. You know what the egg is now.
True.
That's good.
would that be a good thing for Nyx to have since she's of dragon bloodline?
Maybe. That's very hard to say right now. Nyx, the hag gets up to you because nobody's paying attention to the hag. And she looks
I saw her easing up.
That's why I stepped closer.
and she looks at you and she reaches out and tries to touch one of your horns. Do you let her?
No.
So you can easily dodge out of the way because of how slow she's moving. And she says, "Oh, sweetie, don't worry. Will you get me the egg? We could share it. I can see that you are a fan of dragon eggs. You could be one of us. Wouldn't you like to be as pretty as me?"
Not a chance, baby.
She looks at you and she says, "Ah, pity, ah, pity. If you won't surrender the egg, then I suppose we'll have nothing to do but take it." And as she says that, she vanishes. And Nyx, can you roll a d4 for me? It's hard to say what any of them really would be. But with that one, you hear the trees breaking off to the west. And you see the archers, at least some of them, start to climb up on the battlements. And after a moment, giant boulders break through the tree line, arc in the sky, and they hit. That's too small. There we go. They hit here. That's one. And that's a square. It's a square. We're gonna say a square boulder's thrown. there.
It's a piece of debris.
And last,
Hey, if the orcs could use it as ammo for their trebuchets, then Lord of the Rings, I'll allow it in D&D too.
and one
Right.
more that lands right there. And there are giant boulders there as figures start to emerge from the wood. There's one. There is two. There is three. If you all look off to the left, you will see 3 ogres breaking from the tree line. And let's everybody roll initiative so we kind of have an order of things.
Yeah. Hmm. 9. Womp womp.
And Grum, you have a 4, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I'm not even going to roll initiative anymore. It's not like I'm bothered. It's just really no point. Like, I get a solid 4.
But you have a really cool shield.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It is nice and turtly and sharp. Maybe we can use it to make some turtle soup later.
That you.
It's the flavor of the broth.
I'm sure we will find a unique use for your shield in the very near future.
Very good. As the boulders, I want to say, as the boulders are being launched, Grum would take his great axe and just be like, Framp! And as soon as Framp turns around, he doesn't chuck it, but he lightly tosses the great axe to him. So you now have a
Oh,
plus
hell
1 great.
Oh shit. Well, thank you. I'll take good care of it. All right.
Just don't go down again. And then he kind of like whispers, but loudly, "No, I don't do anything."
All right. First things first. The archers pluck their bows, and at least one of the arrows hits into the ogres, and the ogres slowly, ever so slowly, come forward. So. You also notice one more thing. There is almost like a mist that is following behind them. It's kind of swirling around from the trees. But the ogres are moving slower than normal. Nyx, you have the highest initiative if you would like to try to get into a position.
I don't know where would be a good position.
I have a question, real quick, DM. Are these spaces where the boulders struck, are those now like open spaces? Like we can see?
The boulders
We can
are...
see through?
Yeah, the boulders are plucking through them. There's a fence barrier that still runs here, but these areas are currently smashed.
Okay. So there's essentially 2 windows and then an entire walkway right here.
So this area specifically is about a trench that goes, it's about a trench that goes 6 feet down and then circles out this way. So this is a slope. The boulders can potentially be used to climb some of that slope, but there's still the main wall there intact.
So the structures are down, but there are still the boulders in the way. They'll climb.
Yes. All right. Next one, you can sit tight. Yep, you can sit tight if you'd like, or you can head up to the wall. There's no wrong answer.
I'm gonna sit tight.
Okay. That puts Frampt as next.
Alrighties. Well, I mean, first thing, when Grum hands me his axe, and like after I say like thank him, I look at it, and you hear George Thorogood's "Bad to the Bone" playing in my head, you know. And I have like a wicked little smile. But then after noticing, but then snap back into the moment. I tell everyone to spread out, after seeing the boulders land, because you don't want a boulder landing when we're all in a big group.
Why not?
So, and then I am going to move. It's right here. Sorry. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. God, I love having so much movement. I'm going to get over here next to Archer. Is that tall enough for me to hop up to? Or short enough?
Yeah, I think you wouldn't have any problem getting up there. There are ladders stationed around the place, too.
Okay. Besides the mist just swirling about, like, as if, like, it's got a mind of its own, is there anything else, like, any other properties about it that I might notice?
Without a perception check, there's just kind of a mist swirling forward. It is more or less right in this area.
Alright. And the ogres, you said they're moving slower. Do they look like they're all there?
I'm assuming you mean, like, faculty-wise.
Yeah.
They don't seem...
I feel like...
They don't seem any slower from a distance. At least, mentally speaking.
Alright. I just mean, if we're dealing with hags, I feel like I'm wondering if they're, like, being controlled.
Anything's on the table. How would you like to try to figure that out?
What language do ogres speak? Do they have their own language, or do they speak giant?
Ogres... Well, do you speak giant?
I do.
You're welcome to engage them in giant and see if they answer.
I want to yell out in giant. Hey, big. Hags have neat treasure. Go fuck. Hags have neat treasure. Don't listen to them. Just go take it. They trick bigs. Something like that in giant.
There's apparently a wasp in the living room. Hold on 1 second.
That is a weird thing for those ogres to say.
But it's...
Go ahead and say there. Definitely not.
Weird question for the group. This is. Do you guys say, are wasps alive and in places this time of year? It seems like a weird time for a wasp.
I saw it.
Sometimes they're not totally active, but one might kind of get in somewhere. Bugs do come inside when it's warm. They will, or when it's cold outside, like they will try to head in and look for like warmer places. So, I mean, unless you hear like a buzzing somewhere in your walls, I think you're okay.
I am going to look at this room for a minute.
Then why'd I hear a buzz?
See, now she heard a buzz. I will be right back after I find this.
I think it
bee.
came from the Christmas tree.
If it's a bee, don't kill it. We need to save the bee.
No!
My daughter disapproves of your sentiment.
I'm not allergic.
Okay, I'm going to go check on the bees. I'll be right back. Everybody strategize.
Go check on the bees.
Sorry, you brought up, you said you saw Venom, and I was like, ooh, I played Venom.
Hi, guys.
I saw it.
So I can't find a wasp.
I saw it.
Well, good.
Let's hear with my ear, please. Say hello to everybody.
No.
She doesn't say hello.
Howdy.
I hold.
Hello.
Hello.
Here, go play with the dogs.
No, the dogs are going crazy. I don't want to get bit.
Yeah.
Look at the face.
So,
That's the face of someone who wants to bite me.
no, that's a really happy dog.
No.
All right, give me a second. I'm gonna fix this. Then the ogre will answer. All right. While I have a moment, and it's going to be a moment, hopefully more. The ogre will answer. We promised stuff from Hag. We eat egg when done.
There is a wasp.
Stop it.
I'm like, hags can't be trusted. They want to keep the egg for themselves and trick you. They'll probably make you kill each other.
The next campaign, there's going to be a giant wasp that comes from the trees.
You should make a
Well,
one
now
shot
that you
about
said something.
Our next time travel adventure, we go back to prehistoric age where all the bugs are the size of cars.
Damn it, where's our druids turn into giant insects now?
The ogre answers back, Framped. You give us egg, we no tell Hag.
Like, I bet hags keeping lots of eggs from you.
We take
while
chances.
this conversation is being had, Grum would like, if it's possible, to like ask Helgas something. But it would be like while Frank was talking to the host.
What would you like to ask?
I would be like, tell me you all have chicken eggs here for breakfast or anything.
What was your question to the druid?
There was a wasp, Bo.
I was asking if they had any like chicken eggs or any other kinds of eggs with them aside from just the dragon egg.
Make a perception check real
There was
quick.
a wasp.
Stop, please.
I'm a little better at
There's a
those.
wasp.
Okay,
There is
that's
a
much
wasp.
better.
You notice that where his hand is inside his robe,
A wasp.
there is a wasp.
There's a wasp.
That's a wasp.
Daddy's wasp. You notice that his
Grum will Hulk slap the wasp.
good. Come over to my house and Hulk slap the wasp. I accept.
What's it? That's not to you then.
Yeah,
Rage over a bee.
you notice that where his hand is heavily soaked with a liquid, presumably blood.
You.
Presumably
No,
blood.
the wasp.
Stop.
But
blood.
there's a There is a wasp.
He's
Daddy face funny.
I
Daddy face.
I know that Mark understands right now so much.
Daddy's face is
Oh, yeah, I get
funny.
it.
Daddy's face is funny.
Daddy's face is funny, yes. Grum, what he tells you that he does not have any other eggs. They're actually running short on most rations.
I doubt ogres would be interested in generic rations when they're promised this gilded egg. Yeah, I think Rum wouldn't go any further with that. There's nothing to lead in with that.
There is a wasp.
Give me a second. I'll be right back. Short one daughter.
So glad mine are in bed by 8 o'clock.
I just have dog children.
I have a wife.
I have
That's my
dog children too, and they are just as chaotic, but more easily kept out of a room.
Well, now that the puppy has kind of calmed down, she's just chilling. She's not getting into so much stuff anymore.
My dog doesn't come hang out with me down here. I don't know why. He loves me. He's always attached to me, but when I come to my house, he never wants to show up. Disappointing.
Okay. From your vantage point too, being as close to the archers, you will notice that their quivers seem to be running somewhat low. And Grum, would you like to do anything else?
It's not my turn officially, right?
Framp, did you want to do anything else? Julia, stop trying to open the lock.
I just want to tell. I'm gonna tell the ogres. Hey, that was really Big Bigs throw big rocks good. I bet Big Bigs could throw big rocks at hags and take all their eggs.
It just growls at you as you speak at this point.
All right. In that case, where's my? Sorry, I'm looking for my. All right, I'm going to. Nah. I'm just gonna shrug and just wait. I'm not gonna take any action. I'm not gonna rage yet or anything. I'm just gonna hold Grum's axe in front of me, like in like a way, like a defiant kind of. All right, if you're gonna do this. Actually, I will rage, and then I'm not gonna do anything else.
So your rage ends.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, never mind. I'm not gonna rage. I'm not gonna rage. I thought if I rage now and it doesn't end until the next turn.
No, it'll end
No.
at the end of your turn if you don't do any of the set parameters. You don't meet the prerequisite for it.
Somebody figured out how to open the lock.
Oh my god, when did these get opposable thumbs?
And she is going to lose her VR headset if she keeps the nonsense up.
I don't care. I don't care.
You don't care.
Yeah.
That's a challenge. I win challenges. Yes.
You know.
All right. Yeah. Then I will take no action.
I really use a wall. though.
I believe you, sweetheart.
You're not acting like it, baby.
Because it doesn't affect much. Okay, Grum, what do you want to do?
Quick, the tieflings, just at a quick glance, do they look like casters?
What does a caster look like?
Okay, let me go backwards. Do the Dragonborn look like they're decked out in armor and weapons?
The Dragonborn do have weapons. They
Okay, I'm gonna
have
assume.
they have greatswords specifically.
Yeah, they're marshals. So Grum's military background is gonna immediately take over. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. As he moves there, he's gonna just order. He's gonna say, Dragonborn on me. Tieflings, set them alight, and archers focus fire on the center ogre.
The tieflings kind of look at each other from across the tents, and then they look at you and they go, "Huh?"
They do what?
They go, "Huh?" The
Like they
dragon,
don't understand?
like they don't necessarily get the grasp of your order. But the other ones will. The two Dragonborn look like they're going to listen.
Okay. I think I will use. I think I'll use an action to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
So you slide
I'll move
down
right
the
there.
embankment. Okay.
Yeah, I'll be like right at the edge of the trench as it gets to like level ground. So that way I'm kind of like hunkered down, I have cover, I'm in the trench. And like basically right before I move, if the tieflings are kind of confused, I'll issue the same order a little different. And I'll say, casters, protect the edge.
Chaos and Rebos point to the druids like you're talking to them. The tieflings look more confused than ever. Roll an insight check real quick.
Oh, then they're just useless then.
Roll an insight check.
Hey, that's a dirty 20.
They don't look like warriors in any sense of the word, magical or otherwise.
Yeah, they're just there taking up space.
Those poor tieflings.
I think that will. Oh, wait. Do some checking. Yeah. Yep. Okay, that's my turn.
Okay. And the ogres, after getting shot at by the archers, only one of which hit again. And you told them to hit the center one, so they will.
I did say for them to focus on the center.
2 misses and 1 hit. And the ogres, now that they've gotten out of the tree line, are moving a little bit better. Hi, back. Nice to meet you. Put the screwdriver away. Put the screwdriver away.
Things you never thought you'd have to say, but you say.
They don't throw anything. They are still currently just approaching, but they will potentially be at the encampment in a couple of rounds. And the 2 Dragonborn at the very least get to the edge of the encampment, and the tieflings duck inside the tents. The archdruid holds back by one of the tents, and the others go there. And the archers kind of spread out to other high points. All right, Nyx. You stand alone in the middle of the encampment as everybody else has kind of taken positions.
If I may, really quick, I feel it would be smart for you to back Grum and his two lackeys up, because we're about to go into melee.
And you're gonna need some blasty blasty?
I'm going to need a little bit of that, yes. Just a little bit. Just a little. You could also, I don't know what Frampt is going to do up there, but I'm like, yeah, he's primarily melee and he's up there, so that's why I'm saying for Grum. But you're free to do whatever the hell. What would
So
you
like
do?
move in between the two dragonborn? Like
Each hex is still 5 feet, right?
That is correct.
like right here?
You could get closer, actually. You could get like right there or even one more forward if you want.
Like right here?
Oh shit, I'm so sorry.
Where'd you move
What did
me?
you do to her?
I didn't mean to delete you.
You monster.
I didn't mean to. My finger twitched. No. Oh, bring her back.
Bring me back.
My bad, Nyx.
Thank you. Thank you. Shut the door, please. Okay. My daughter is practicing on being a rogue. Nyx, would you like to do anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Okay, with that, Frampt.
How big is the boulder in front of me exactly?
It's the smallest of the group. You could land
How
on
big?
it. You could jump on it and get through the barricades.
If here's my question: if I were to use my giant form, would I be big enough to pick it up and throw it back at an ogre?
Yeah, I think your strength would certainly permit that.
Woohoo! I'm going to activate my large form. Have it for 10 minutes. Woohoo! Advantage on strength checks and extra speed. So I'm going to hop down on top of it and then just kind of hop off next to it. And I'd like to pick it up and chuck it at the middle ogre.
Let's make it a strength check.
Woohoo! An advantage on long form
Yes.
or large form, not long form.
Sometimes large form is long form.
Is it too late to give myself advantage or guidance?
The dogs destroyed me.
Yes, can you stop letting the dogs into the rooms to destroy things?
I'm not.
I know what the dogs did, thank you.
I mean, she's being a pretty good rogue, though.
Yeah.
Sure.
Is it too late to give myself a guidance?
No,
There's no energy in that.
no, actually, it's just against their AC. 14 hits.
Oh, okay. Woohoo!
So, are you aiming against the middle one?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's say it does a D10's worth of damage. So go ahead and roll a
as I-
D10.
And as I toss it to him, I go, "Here's your egg, big, and giant." Oh, only a 1. That sucks.
Give me, I gotta see what the crying's about. Give me a second.
Yep.
Oh man, I think I do need to go and watch this show now. Freaking gummy bears drinking the juice. Hell yeah.
He rolled a 1.
Yes,
He did.
1 on damage.
All right, it hits him though. He goes, "That's a no egg."
I just shrug at him and smile. I give a sarcastic shrug and smile.
Like, hey, we both stupid, homie.
Okay. And the green swirling mist is slowly creeping towards the edge of the tree line.
How fast is it moving? When you say slowly, like how slowly?
Like 10, 20-ish feet a turn.
All right. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Grum.
I cannot get close enough to hit him in melee, so I will go ahead and move this way a bit. No, I take it back. Where was I? Around here? Where's it at?
It's not official until you remove your hand from the piece.
You know what? I think I'm gonna stick where I am. That way I still have my cover. And I'm gonna strike at the center ogre with my crossbow. Does a 12 hit?
12 actually does hit an ogre.
Oh, wow.
Ogres are not hard to hit in any sense of the word.
Well, that's nice to know. So it's going to take 4
Big
damage,
flapping.
and it loses 10 feet of movement speed until the next turn. My next turn. And then, since it's slowed... Wait, it only goes off on the first creature, right? Not if you just hit.
Are you asking about the mastery?
Yeah, like, I know some of the masteries are only good for 1 attack, but slow doesn't specify that, so I'm wondering if I strike another creature, if that will also slow them down or not.
I think it works.
No,
on each
it's whoever
attack.
you hit. Yeah.
Okay, bet. On that note, I will target... Where is it? I will target this ogre next. With the crossbow. Ooh, that does not hit, and I'm not going to use a luck point.
9 does not hit. No, it flies off.
But I will say out loud so everyone is aware, the center creature is slowed.
He looks at you
So
and
like
goes,
my...
"Who are you
Huh?
calling slow?"
You dummy.
Oh, I was confused. Thank you for clarifying. Okay. Next. 3 arrows. 2 of which hits. Okay, that center one looks pretty beat up now between everybody hitting him.
Yeet.
And he loses 10 feet of movement.
Correct.
Okay. Ooh, that's the wrong stat block. Okay. He can still get to about there. He starts working his way over the wall And the other one, Grum, can get to about where you are. And the two Dragonborn will slide down next to you, and they will hold their great swords ready to strike.
Can I use a free action to order them to freaking attack?
You can suggest that they attack.
Don't be scared. Go get them.
You go get them, you
Bring honor to your ancestors.
bite off your head. Orders. Orders this, orders that.
I mean, if you'd rather be food.
If we go out there, we will be food.
Look, as a fellow carnivore, you could understand it's eat or be eaten.
So you want to be eaten?
You know what? Let's take care of our initial problem, and then we can fight for the right after.
All right, go get him, big guy. Bandril slaps you on the ass and says, "Go get him."
Accurate.
I don't even have a response for that. Grum is probably like, oh, like surprised and a little blushy, but also like, the fuck?
The green swirling mist is now at the edge of the woods. And Nyx.
Choices. Do I go for the one closer to the wall? Over here by Frant? Do I go to the one by Grum? Which one has more damage done to it?
Everybody's been targeting the middle one.
Okay, so I will also.
Got a big like mark not on its forehead where it got hit by a boulder too.
That was me.
I will use a level 1 witch bolt and fire away at the middle ogre.
Okay, so you can do it. You'll just kind of have to climb up on the ramparts.
Is it easy for me to climb up there?
Yeah, you'd be able to do it without too much trouble. Now you can see
That's
over
right
the
there.
wall. Yep. What level would you like to cast that witch bolt at?
I'm gonna cast him at a 1.
All right, go ahead and do the attack roll for the witch bolt and mark off the spell slot. Eight does not hit. So the initial surge doesn't cause any damage, but you are now connected to him. So on subsequent turns, you can cause damage via the witch bolt. Oof, that nat 1 though. That's harsh.
I know. I was rolling so good last week.
That last week was a good time to roll good. Although it might be a good time to
Yeah.
roll good now. Frampt, would you like to try to roll good?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm gonna try and do. I am going to rage.
Strongly
I feel it.
encouraged.
I look at all the trees, I look at all these like cut down trees around me, and wonder how many of them were caused by like ogres and other minions from the hags, and I'm raging now.
You are in a tree graveyard, certainly.
Yeah. And I am going to attack with the great axe. Woohoo! At the one that's trying to climb up right now.
All right.
So
All I know is you better fucking hit me.
I'm assuming 15 hits because the boulder.
Oh yeah, 15 hits. Again, ogres aren't hard to hit.
All right. Woohoo! Can't wait to roll this.
That's fine.
You are fucking shitting me.
Hey, you really did get his great axe.
Thanks. I don't see the roll. What happened?
I rolled a 1 on the damage.
Hey, it took to you just like it took to me.
All right.
With
raging,
that
so he-
damage, he
takes
is starting to
7
bleed, though.
slashing. All right, 7 slashing, and I guess there's no point in trying to cleave. So I'm gonna hit him again.
And does not hit. They are slightly harder than that.
Is it too late to make that reckless?
No, you could make it reckless. Just remember, if you don't kill him, he gets the advantage against you, too.
Yep, 12.
That is enough.
That is... All right, woohoo! A 1 again. Wow.
That does not kill him.
7 points of slashing damage. All right. Does it how
He
far?
is
All right,
he's
yeah.
certainly beat up. You can see the marks on him, the blood kind of seeping out of the wounds. I mean, he's an ogre.
say that
He is pretty dumb, but he's hurt.
I will say I was going for his like legs and stuff, so he'll have a harder time trying to climb up. How much I damaged him? Whatever.
He might not be as interested in climbing up, but one never knows.
Alright. That's my turn.
Okay, that puts us to Grum.
All right. Grum is going to fucking rage really quickly. Anyway. All right, so we are raging. And Grum. I know it won't make a difference mechanically, but tactically, Grum would kind of do like a running attack of sorts, all while shouting, "On me, Scalies!" And we're going to attack with the battle axe as we're moving. 14 to hit.
14 hits.
And that is going to deal... It is going to deal nice damage. 12.
12 points of damage. Okay.
And I need it to make a con save, please.
1 con. Con is kind of like one of their better stats.
Right.
But not today. 7.
Oh. So it is toppled.
He kind of hits the ground with a thud.
That's kind of why I wanted to do it the way I did too, because like I'm like specifically aiming for the legs anyway. Second attack coming in, that will also hit, and it will deal
Nice.
8 damage. Action, second action, that will be my turn.
Oh,
I'll shout out again. You're not now.
I forgot to dish out temp HP. You have 7 temp HP, Grum.
Oh, thank you.
All right, Grum, you feel invigorated with the temp HP. And as is tradition, the archers go.
Yeah.
And they sink the arrows in pretty well against these ones. But they're not quite dead yet. Grum, the Dragonborn, will come out and say, "Looks like we motivated him," and they will attack. Okay, first one hits.
While I raged, it was very flamboyant.
Wow. Oh my. Okay, so they hit into the ogre decently well. And the ogre does look bloodied after they pull their swords out. And the ogres... the ogre by you, Framp, will attempt to hit you. He pulls out a club, and he tries to smash. And 15... wow. 15 to hit?
Hit.
Oh. Okay, take 13 points of bludgeoning damage.
Mm.
And these
So
things
that'll be-
don't have multi-attack. So, cutting it in half is 6, right?
Yeah. All right. Bye bye, 10th HP. You're so useful.
It is very useful. The other ogre slowly begins to climb over the wall.
I actually want to use my reaction and do the branches of the whatever it's called, branches of the tree. Wait, let me hold on. 5, 10. Never mind, he's not close enough. All right. So not him then.
Okay, and the other ogre is going to take a hit at Axel there. He's going to stand up 1. Nat 20.
On
Axel,
which
the
ogre is doing
dragonborn.
this?
The one that just...
Which
When
ogre
were
is-
you?
Oh, and he's attacking one of the dragonborn.
Yes. He's attacking
Bro,
specific...
got nerfed, man. But hold on. I'm raging and it's striking something other than me. Hold on. Where is that thing? Ancestral Protectors. While raging, the creature you hit with an attack on your turn has disadvantage on any attack that isn't against you. And when the target hits other than you, it has resistance to the damage dealt.
Alright, so
that needs to be re-rolled.
he will re-roll that attack against the dragon. You care about the NPCs. That makes me happy.
I mean, we're in a military environment right now, bro. I gotta worry about the entire platoon. Alright?
That turned into a nat 1.
Wow.
So it went from one extreme to the next.
Rum winks at the Dragonborn that was just saved, pretty much.
You wink at Axel, Bandrol winks back. He gives you a little half wave too.
Grum does like a very small like purse of his lips at him.
Nix, could you do me a favor and roll a d4? Okay. Noted.
I don't know what that was for, but okay.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Well, when you say it like that,
Don't worry about it.
He's worried now. Why would you say that?
Okay, also a noticeable thing, that green mist has extended past the tree line now. Are you still picking locks? That is an awful habit. Okay. Nix, you are magically connected to this ogre. You can do 1d12 damage to it without having to cast anything else.
Right, true.
I'm going to.
Alright, go ahead and
Do
roll
it, do it.
damage
Don't
for
roll a
Witch's
one.
Bolt.
Don't roll a 1.
Nothing.
Yes. It's
Uh,
not
this-
a 1.
This thing actually had 5 hit points left.
Oh,
Yeah, you
So-
brought him.
So Nyx, this big thing collapses and is laying sprawled out on top of the spiked barricade.
Yeah.
All right, and your witch
May
bolt
I
is
offer
disconnect.
Words of encouragement or wisdom.
Speaking words of
happens?
wisdom. Sure, go ahead.
I think Rum would see Nyx at the top of the battlement and be like, "Excellent work. Focus on the other over there now. The far away one."
The one that's halfway into the encampment.
Yeah, yeah. So essentially, the one ogre's got 3 people focused on it, and the other one's just got some simple archers. So kind of needs to take have precedence.
So she's gonna move to about right here. Can I cast anything from there? Or is that in turn?
You can use the same kind of trick you used last time with your meta magic, and you can spend 2 meta magic slots and cast something that way.
Oh, so is that under sorcery points? Is that where I would mark them?
Yes. Features and traits. And you would have gotten all those back with the long rest, I believe. You can spend 2 and do a quicken spell.
You would still have her action though, right?
Her action was to surge the witch's bolt.
Oh, that's right. It takes an action to maintain it.
So she used that to explode the first ogre. So you can't upcast a second witch's bolt using the quicken spell, but you can cast another level 1 spell the way that we run it.
I'll just do another witch's bolt.
Alright, go ahead. Do the attack roll.
Okay, does it matter which level I do the witch's bolt at?
So the way that we determined it, you can, if you cast, well, it actually didn't cast a spell. So no, you can cast it at whatever level you want, because the previous one wasn't a spell. So go ahead and do it at whatever level you want.
I'm gonna do it at a 3.
Alright, a very powerful witch's bolt.
Nyx is tired of these fucking ugly things.
Right?
Of course he would be. They're threatening a dragon egg.
26 to hit. Yes, 26 hits.
Big damage, big damage, big damage. No whammy, no whammy, no whammy. Stop.
Come on. Whoa.
Alright, go ahead and roll damage. Oof. 12 points of damage.
Oh.
So, I mean,
Damage
you
die,
hit it, you can see the electricity spark in its mouth, and you're connected to it the same way you were the last one. So, I mean, it's good. It's a good hit. Next up is Frampt.
All right. How far up the wall is the other one?
Decently in. He will be fully in the encampment next turn.
All right. No, he won't. So let's go finish off this one over here. I am going to. First of all, gotta dole out the temp HP again. Trying to remember that this is a every turn thing. So
It's so broken, man. Like, not all the way,
I know.
but still.
I'll give
And then it
2
goes to different people, and they don't lose theirs.
Yeah, I'll give 2 to Bandrill.
He winks at you as you do.
All right.
Probably looking between the
And
ogre's
then-
legs and winking.
And then I swing on this guy in front of us. Woohoo for 26.
Nice.
All right, make one swing, please.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm just psyching myself up, hoping, like, no one.
Praying to RNGesus.
Oh, an 8. Yeah, he takes 14 points of slashing damage.
Cool. Very cool.
And second attack. And every time I'm hitting, I'm aiming at his legs like you would be chopping down a tree. As in, like, you want to taste it, you want to have a taste of your own medicine.
Why would France say that?
That gets decently into this thing's thick leg.
All right, 14.
14 hits.
And then a 1 for damage. I didn't psych myself up this one.
It's okay. This thing, again, this one only had 5 HP left.
Oh.
So that will topple this thing. It collapses underneath itself.
Alrighty. And then I used 5, 10, 15. Alright, so another 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And can I climb up on this boulder that I'm next to?
Yeah. It gives you a vantage point. And you know what? Do me a favor. Roll a perception check just for funsies.
Roll a check for funsies.
Just for funsies.
Ooh, nat 20.
You see something else in the tree line to the north advancing.
I had it zoomed in. Where at in the north again?
There.
Oh, I see him.
Oh,
I see a bunch of
God.
drow.
And
I yell out, drow!
And something interesting about these drow, they have like little tightly woven wicker things covering their eyes. But they seem to be marching from the north.
I yell out, guys, we got company from the north. And bonus action. Nope. All right. That's my turn. After warning the party that they're. Did I notice they're drow, or just notice they have the wicker things over their faces?
You notice both.
Okay. All right. Drow approaching from the north. And now that'll end my turn.
Right, Grum, you have been warned of a new threat.
Right. Really quick. If I move there, do I have a line of sight to this ogre? Or is he blocked from that other boulder?
No, he's pretty big. You certainly see this monstrosity of a being climbing into the thing.
Okay. Oh, shoot. Whoops. Okay. Real quick. Oh, shoot. Okay, cool. We've read some new stuff. Make an attack roll. Okay, cool. So Rage has been buffed. It's any attack roll now. Cool. All right. So I will go ahead and move to that point, and yeah, I'll bring out the crossbow again and strike at that ogre.
Okay.
Okay. And deal It'll be a 5 piercing, because it doesn't have a +2 in this case, and it is in fact slowed again. But I'll still keep on a crossbow assault with another hit and dealing 5 more damage. Or 8, I'm sorry.
Okay. This thing looks hurt, but it's still trying to get over the wall.
I probably would have told the Dragonborn to stay on me as well, and probably even repeat Framp's.
Would you have used those exact words
What?
to
What
stay
words?
on you?
Yeah, it is a military thing.
So I've heard.
Yeah.
You would.
I apologize.
Bow wow. Boys will be boys, you know. Yes.
Okay. Anything else? Okay, so as it switches to them, the two archers that have been shooting reach into their quivers to find them empty. The one closest to the ogre takes out a small sword and stabs and misses, surprisingly.
Ow.
And the two that you have ordered to stay on you will indeed stay on you. And the ogre has disadvantage on anybody but you, correct?
Correct.
Alright. He is still going to try to hit the archer closest to him with a great club. And the archer does not look good from all of the battles. So
First, he has to make a DC 14 strength check, though.
alright, DC 14 strength check.
I'm
Yes.
Okay.
Which he'll probably pass because he's an ogre, but
Actually, he fails.
oh,
Nice.
he gets yanked over here to the left of me by actual tree roots.
Alright, so they wrap around him and just kind of drag him away from the ramparts. And
Absolutely.
alright,
I'm
so
surprised that worked.
so let's
How
do
would you
this.
describe those again? They're like spectral branches.
There's spectral branches, yeah. It's supposed to be spectral branches, but I kind of like it flavored. Like if I can, like if we're out in the woods, that they would actually be like actual roots coming up.
Okay, so that wouldn't take away his action. That just kind of drags him to you, correct?
I'm back.
Yeah, and it removes his movement to 0, so he can't go anywhere.
Oh shit!
Until
He's
at
not
least
just
until the end of the
slowed.
turn.
He's stuck.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm going
He's on me
to
now.
I'm going to keep the attack roll then, and that'll be a 17 to hit you instead of the archer.
I'll take it because it's
Right.
badass.
And you're going to take. So it's 9.
-6.
I'm back.
Your
Because I use a reaction for Spirit Shield on him.
okay, so -6. So take 1 point of damage with the ring.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you over the feedback. What was it? How much damage?
Take 1 because he reduced it by 6, and then you would half it again.
Oh Jesus! So I just like take it Happy Gilmore style with like when he gets hit in the face with the hockey puck. Just
Sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Let me guess,
and-
Daddy, what's so funny?
All right, and there is movement from the north, from the great north. Let's just move them there.
Can you move them all as one single unit? And
Yes,
Beyond.
you can click and drag and select multiple tokens at once.
Have you found it
Oh,
on
that's
the
cool.
ground?
Okay.
It's the same thing you just brought in.
Oh, it's not.
Is it my quarter?
I found it on the ground.
Is it mine?
I don't know. I found it on the ground.
Sure, you can keep that quarter, but if you find anything else, we split it.
It's split.
Go closer, you'll find mommy's quarters. Go ahead. Mike, it's bedtime. Yeah, school vacations are a nightmare. Alright, the drow moved, the ogre hit, and everybody inside is just kind of, they're not really doing much for some reason. And let's move to the next in line, which would be Nyx.
Woohoo! Am I still attached with the firebolt?
Which fault?
So I'm going to say this thing's head sticks up over the ramparts. And for that reason, you're able to maintain visibility and you're about 30 feet away. So let's say yes. Barely, but yes.
Okay. I'm gonna roll damage since I still have my
Yep, 1d12.
find it. Really?
Aw,
Mm,
there's something up with these dice. Something's up at Beyond.
We need to have a D&D dice jail option.
Honestly, yeah, that would be really cool if there were like, you could set up certain sets of dice and if one is rolling bad, you get to see that one jailed. That would actually be a really fun animation.
Right?
They will. They're gonna start having womp womp dice soon.
He said they're gonna start having womp womp dice.
it's sad that I know what that means.
Right?
I'm still confused by how this is a new thing. I've been saying womp womp since I was in high school. It used to piss my
I
teachers
know.
off.
It's not new.
I guess it's new to them because it has a new meaning behind it. It means to go cry about it.
Pretty much what it always meant. Like,
Yeah.
something bad happens. Womp womp womp.
Yeah, it's
Kids
like
are stupid
sad,
today.
but not really.
Tell your kids I said they're stupid, Nick.
If you find money, you just can't take money. That's not how this works. Nyx, your turn goes. Ramp, what would you like to do? There's a big ogre next to you.
I'm gonna swing at the ogre. Obviously. I'm like, and before I do, I'm gonna go big bigs go boom boom today.
Daddy,
No, not your money. Put it back.
And another one. How the hell is this happening?
It's not just me.
It's the great act.
It is.
It's because it's mine.
Guys. They don't love us.
We need. Hey DM, next time we go back in time, can we do one where Tobin's there again so we can like polish this thing up on his foot?
Right? Gosh.
We lost our lucky charm.
So 7 points of damage to Mr. Ogre.
Okay, I'm sorry, I missed that. What?
7 points of damage to Mr. Ogre because I rolled a 1 again for damage.
No. Mr. Ogre takes 7 points of damage.
Also, which one? Archer, is it Archer E you said doesn't look so good?
None of them look good.
All right, I'll give
They've
7
been
points of
battling for a
HP.
week.
Oh, okay. If whichever one looks the most injured between E and B, they get 7 temp HP.
All right, that is helpful.
All right, and then I will do my second attack on the ogre. 24. All right, come on, no one, no.
You could
fucking
potentially
ones.
kill this thing if you roll big enough.
A 9.
It's not big enough, but it's close.
Ah, you shitting me. Worst rolls ever. All right. All right. Let's see.
What would you like to do? And
All
search
right,
for money is not the
and-
right answer.
I look over. I peer behind, or I kind of look over at Grum, and give him that kind, looking to see if I think if he's got this, and he can finish up this guy because I'm gonna cloud jaunt over to by Archer F. There we are. Just poof. There we go. Oh wait, no, here, that's me. And so I can get a better look at the drow approaching.
Okay, the archer says something to you in Elvish. Do you speak Elvish?
I do not.
All right, it is not comprehensible, but it sure is pretty.
I asked in word I go common, dwarvish, and then like dwarvish and dwarvish, giant and giant, like questioning if he speaks those.
He responds in Elvish.
I speak Elvish.
I just give my thumbs up and smile like.
Nix, roll a perception check, see if you hear it. You hear the archer say, "The Great Mother will take us when we die."
Ooh.
This is like one of those. This is a good day to die type things, isn't it?
Could be. You wouldn't know because you don't
my
speak
last-
Elvish.
No. Before my turn ends, if I still have enough ability, I yell out to the Dragonborn to pick the arrows off the dead ogres.
Mhm.
Do you speak Draconic?
No.
They
I
say
do.
so. With the 20, you hear them grumbling that they are not his scavengers.
These guys are
Early
so
little
sassy,
bastard.
man.
It's early, little bastards.
All right, and after Frampt is Grum.
All right. So when Framps checks to see if he can handle it, Grum just gives him that upward head nod, like, "Yeah, I got you." And he moves up to the ogre, and we are going to keep it simple. And simple. I'm going to recklessly attack this ogre.
One reckless attack.
Oh, that's nice.
That's
the
it.
That's going to deal 14 damage.
That is more than its 3 points of current current health. So, Grum, as you hit into it, it's like chopping down a giant tree. It goes and it lands on the boulder.
Good. Make another barricade. And then I'm going to shout to the Dragonborn. Excuse me. I'm going to say to the Dragonborn as I'm moving the rest of my movement. Wait, where was I? 5, 10, 15, 20. There we go. I'll say them. I already said stay on me. Like, I'll say basically to stay on me, there are hella more drow up north. And they are not looking pleasant.
Grum, as you reach the tree line, you see a misty version of a hag who doesn't seem like she's really there, but doesn't seem like she's not there. Just kind of appear and is rubbing her hands very slowly as she's watching everything. Almost like she's some kind of illusionary being.
I will use my second attack and launch a crossbow bolt at the hag.
Alright, go ahead and attack.
Does a 14 hit?
14 actually does not hit a hag.
Okay, then I will use a luck point. Yep, there we go. And I will re-roll that. Natural one.
Guidance in combat.
That is
Yeah.
worse. That is worse than that is worse than the other one.
Very much is.
That is an unlucky point.
Oh no, never mind. I still have my rage. The bonus action. Second action movement. Yep, that's my turn.
Okay, that leaves us to the bad guys. And Archer C does have a few arrows. And he hits one of the drow.
Wait, you said the bad guys.
Drow are the bad guys. He hits the Archer C hits one of the drow. I mean, they could be good drow. I don't know.
Real quick, I thought the Dragonborn still have to go. Oh, there they are.
They are doing what you asked, and they are staying on you.
Chicka-bow-wow.
See, now you're just doing it on your own.
Yep. They made the move. I know clearly what is going on right now. I gotta keep these little assholes happy. But clearly they're not really willing to fight for their lives unless someone else pushes them to do so. Like good soldiers.
They have a little more movement than that. If I can grab them again. And they will go to about there. As they are fast approaching the wall. And on the other side, don't worry about it.
What?
You can't tell us not to worry about it when you stand on the other side.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Which side? There's lots of sides.
I just zoomed all the way out on this map to see if there is anything.
I know.
Same.
Shit.
Look at what you got us doing over here, man.
Good.
You got us checking out.
Where's everybody at? That green swirling mist is still there, by the way.
Has it gotten any closer, or is it just staying there?
No, it seems to be inching ever closer towards that. It's
Like this
actually,
way,
it's
roughly?
actually like reaching out from about here.
Oh, okay. So it's creeping up from like the southwest corner of the forest, not west.
Yeah, it started with the ogres and it seems to still be in motion. And with that, let's move to our heroes of the day. Nyx.
Bum, 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 bum.
Probably should move closer. She's gonna move to about right here. And I think that's it, because I can't move any other spot. So that means I can't see to do anything, right?
No, the drows don't stick over the barricade.
Okay.
They will have to climb over it.
Okay, so that's all I can do.
Can you hold an action?
She can cast a spell and hold it, or she can cast a cantrip and she can hold a cantrip like Firebolt, and if one of them climb over, she can unleash it.
I'm gonna try that.
Sure.
It would be better than trying to hold a spell, because that could potentially cost you a slot.
Yeah.
I guess.
I'll withhold the firebolt, and if one of them climbs over, I'll shoot it at him.
Yeah.
Framped.
All right. So, let's see here. 2, 3. We'll do 9 temp HP to Nyx. First and foremost. And then, if I'm on the platform, like over next to Archer C, am I like able to swing down and hit the drow, or are they too far down on the ground?
When they actually get to the barricade, you can swing down and hit them. Actually, when they
Okay.
start climbing
they're not-
over the trench, you'll be able to... When they start climbing over, yeah, you'll be able to hit them.
All right. And does it cost? How much movement does it cost me to actually climb down now that there's no boulder?
There's a ladder. So there's actually little ladders placed here. Here, ladders are regular movement.
Oh no, I meant on the other side of the barricade.
You can slide down easy enough. It's getting up that's really the difficult part.
All right. Cool. I'm gonna run over here and then do like a cool little parkour slide down. And then just immediately run over to this drow and I'm gonna swing on him. Haha. Wait, do I want to be next to that? Actually, I want to be between those two. Because, let's see, and I'm still gonna attack that same one. Come on. Oh, that's not good. It's a 14 hit?
No, surprisingly, drow have chain shirts and that does not pierce that. You do hit his armor, but not him.
Alright. Second attack. Ooh, 23.
23 hits.
Alright. Sorry, dice are being so woohoo! A 17 slashing damage.
Which is more health than he has.
Woohoo!
So you hit him and he crumbles underneath your axe.
And then, oh, cleave doesn't work if that guy's all the way behind me, does it?
No, he has to be within 5 feet of the target.
All right. Cool. After just slaughtering that guy, I look at all the others and start smiling.
They kind of look emotionless at you.
Wicker sunglasses will do that.
They look very tightly woven. But if you know anything about drow, they don't do well. The less light they have, the better.
Yeah.
Grum.
Grum is gonna run full speed to this drow and strike it with his back. Natural 20, boo boo.
That hits.
Oh.
Big damage.
That's gonna be 13 slashing.
So, not to give you too much information, but that they have exactly 13 hit points.
That was just the right amount of information.
So, what does it look like when you hit into this poor drow?
I feel like since it was a full 30-foot sprint, Grum would come running with like the axe kind of trailing behind him, and as soon as he gets to like that mark, he would just bring it. He would just fully extended. His arm would come from overhead and just slice straight down.
And as it does, he becomes deaded.
He's dead.
He's deaded. What would you like to do next, Grum?
Grum is going to have a bloodlust in his eyes as he looks at this drow, and he targets him with a crossbow. And I don't think I can use reckless attack this time because it is not my first strike, correct?
I don't know if that's the same roll in this. On the 2014. No, when you make your first attack, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I can't recklessly attack, but that is okay. We are going to launch a bolt. Ooh, luck point.
Okay, how lucky is the point?
Let's see how lucky it is. Not very lucky.
It does not hit, no.
Damn. That's alright. Grum looks at him still like the bloodiest blood. I don't know how to explain it. He wants to keep killing things right now.
Yeah.
It's kind of taking him back to when he actually enjoyed being with the Horde and just killing things.
Okay. Grum, anything else?
To the two Dragonborn, he says simply in the most creepy tone, he says, "Meat on the menu, boys."
Bandro looks at Axel and nods. Axel nods back. Alright, it is their turn. Enemy goes. So, first things first, the Dragonborn will stick on you. And they go up. The drow attack. There is a whistle from the woods. And several heavily armored drow appear in the wood line. And the drow start falling back to the wood line. see how many I can grab at once. I can grab these two.
Sorry, I was muted. I wanted to use my reaction to like hold one of them here.
All right, who do you want to fool?
Just the one next to me is fine. Just DC 14 strength.
It drops his movement down to nothing if he succeeds, right? So bad news, he succeeds. And he was going to move away anyway, but now he's going to do so without risk of an opportunity attack.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. Crap.
Alright, and the drow and the tree line look much fiercer than the normal drow. And the green hag off to your left just begins cackling more and more as the drow line up. And that takes us to Nyx.
Now what? You took all my bad guys away.
Maybe you should move out.
But I like my safety.
Never assume anything is safe.
True. And plus, it's just us two. We need help. These archers are out of arrows. And the Dragonborn are literally just following me right now.
They have much more they have limited movement. They can only go so far.
Yeah. And if they move forward, then they still don't get to attack.
Can I climb over the wall, or do I have to go the long way around?
No, you can climb over the wall and slide down the barricade.
I do have fly.
Do you have
You fly, but they have disadvantage on all ranged attacks against you, I think.
So, do you have the fly spell? You do have a fly spell. It would cost you a 3rd level slot to use, though. But you could use fly, and as long as you're concentrating on it for 10 minutes, you have the ability to fly 60 feet per round.
I think your ranged spells would also have advantage since they're all grounded.
I've not used fly before. I guess I'm going to cast fly for the first time.
Tell me what it's like to be a dragon.
Just fly. Wait. So that'd be 12 hexagons, right?
Yes. For 60 feet. You could also grab the ruler and just like... Okay, I'm done. Sorry.
Well, I don't want to be too far out. I'm going to fly to about over here in between them.
How far was that? 30 feet?
Yeah.
That's how high up I'll be.
Well, I don't want to be too far out because then I'm the only one out in the front. Because that would put me somewhere up in this area.
No wonder. I think I was muted for the whole time. I'm muted. You have like a draconic set of green dragon wings that extend out when you do that. And it is smart probably not to go too far out.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna fly right there.
Okay. Frampt.
All right. Let's dole out that temp HP. What is that? 4 goes to Axel. In case he needs it. And then, because I've been counting this multiple times, let's see, 5, 10. Because I'm activating my giant form, I have 55 feet of movement. This takes me to 50, and I'm gonna swing on this drow. And I'm gonna do reckless attack.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh shit. 14 does not hit.
14 does not hit, no.
Alright. Then I'm gonna use my second attack again. Wow, this did not go the way I wanted it to.
No,
Right.
that does not hit.
Damn.
Okay, Frampt, anything else?
Yep, I'm a cloud jaunt back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
2 seconds, I gotta let the wet dogs in the house. It apparently rained.
Alright. Ooh, I was hoping to knock out at least one of those guys.
I think when Grum sees you flying, Nyx, I think he would point out the green hag illusion or whatever off to the left. I feel like you should maybe attack it, especially now that you're airborne.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause, like, I really want to get her out of there, but, like, I don't know. I feel like these Drow Elite are going to become a bigger problem than they are right now. So it's like, I kind of want her gone, but I also don't know if I want to be the one to focus on her or not. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
I'm back. What happened? I stepped away.
Just a little in-between turn dialogue.
Okay. So, Cloud jaunt back. Frampt, anything else?
Yeah, but right before I cloud jaunt, I like give them all the finger, or whatever the equivalent to the finger is in Faerun.
Let's say it's the Faerun finger.
Nice.
I like that.
The favorite finger is awesome.
Yeah.
All right, Grum.
Such bullshit.
All right, so Grum pointed out the hag off to the left to Nyx. So Grum is going to tell the. I think Grum is going to probably tell Bandril. No. Grum is going to tell both Bandril and Axel to also take a stab at the green hag over there.
Make a high DC persuasion check to get something to attack a hag. Oh my.
Yeah, no. Not at all.
They say something in Draconic, which Nyx, you hear, they call Grum a crazy mother, and they start shaking their heads.
Is the tone understandable?
Yeah, probably.
They're sassy little creatures.
They are, especially for Dragonborn. I would have
I thought
expected
no
it from
dragons were
lizard folk, but not Dragonborn.
little assholes.
All right. Well, then, if they're gonna be all pissy about that one, I'll say, you guys are really getting under my skin, especially because he's already raging, so he's pretty easy to pick off. Anyway, Rum is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 20, 25, 30. He's going to move there. Say, fine, if you won't be brave and face an old woman, stay on me and let's take care of these dark elf creatures. I'm sure you all are tired of being attacked. Help me help you. And I think Grum will then reserve his actions and stuff. Hey, real quick, if I say I'm going to hold my turn, that means whole turn, 1 attack, 2 attack, bonus action, right?
So there is no hold turn in this. There's ready action.
But does that include, like, if I say I'm holding an attack, and then the trigger happens, and I, hit, do I still get my second attack?
No, because the action that you're doing is the ready action, and then you're ending your turn. So it's it's a full action in itself, and ending your turn kind of ends the others.
Okay.
I do know some groups do a complete hold turn, but we haven't really crossed that bridge yet.
Right. Okay. Ooh. I think, you know what? Grum is going to... I don't fucking know. Shit. No, screw it. I'm just going to attack this, which one? This drow. Oh, wrong thing. This drow with my crossbow. And, let's make it a reckless attack. And double 14s. Nice.
So, reckless attack is for strength-based ones. I believe your crossbow uses your dexterity. But either way, that hits.
Oh, that's true. For strength rolls, yeah. Well, does a 14 hit? Because I rolled 2 14s.
Oh, I see 14 plus 6. It's
so 20.
Yeah, 20 hits. The 14's a roll,
Okay.
the 6 are the modifiers.
Okay. So
that does hit.
let's roll. Oop. That's gonna deal 4 damage.
Hey, damage is damage.
And, right. Yeah, and we're gonna use my second attack to do the same thing with the crossbow. So that'll be a 23, and it will deal 7 damage, and it loses 10 feet of movement speed.
Alright, it is slower. But, this thing has like 2 crossbow bolts sticking out of it, so it doesn't feel too good. And Grum, is there anything else?
Grum is going to use a free action to let out a nice big Goliath roar. And that'll be the end of the turn.
Okay. Vandro and Axel will come up behind you, and in common, they'll each tell you to go attack your own damn hag.
Grum just gives them a really big stink eye and then hisses at them. Like, where's the drow elite going? The drow elite is retreating too.
The drow sneak back further into the line.
I think seeing this in the same vocal tone he just roared, he'll say, "They retreat into the tree line."
They never stick around.
No, they're
They're cowards.
Always.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, you tell them, Daphne.
All right, and as the drow retreat, except the dead ones, of course, you hear the hag off to the side, and she taps her fingers together, and she says, "Checkmate." And as she does, that green mist that has been swirling ever so closely to the barricade passes through the barricade, and there is a gigantic scream from inside the encampment.
Oh shit.
And let's see. It begins to attack. So first things first. As it regains its form, it surprisingly it starts to attack the archers on the wall, and it kills the first one. The poor bastard falls off. And then it takes a step to the next one, and it claws out again. And it hits the second archer, who also falls down dead. And then the Oni makes its way towards the center of the camp. How much of that was muted?
All I heard was makes its way to the center of the camp. And then
Yep.
The Oni makes its way towards the center of the camp and pulls out a big weapon that only Nyx can see, as she is the only one flying at a height to see the Oni start making way towards camp.
Would Nyx mention that shit?
Well, there is screaming and chaos from within the camp. So, Nyx, would you pass on the information that a big monster has infiltrated the camp?
hey guys, there's a lady or something from the mist, and it's in the camp, and it's wreaking havoc. We should probably go back.
I think Grum would tell Nyx that she should probably stay airborne, but definitely either draw its attention or try to give Calgus and the others a chance to maybe protect or flee with the egg.
Okay, it goes to Nyx's turn.
How do I make... I can still fly. I've only flew 30.
So each round you start with 60 feet of flying speed.
Okay.
But you're concentrating on the spell to maintain it. So if you cast another spell that's concentration, you will lose the ability to fly, and if you're not on the ground, you will plummet.
Yep.
So I can't do a cantrip?
You can do a cantrip. Typically cantrips are concentration.
Yeah, you could even do I don't know what you could do. No, Witch Bolt is
Witch Bolt is concentration.
Yeah. You could
I
cast
have
lightning bolt if you
Firebolt,
wanted to.
Mage Hand, Ray of Frost, Shocking Grasp, and Thaumaturgy.
Thaumaturgy.
Yeah, that one. I could cast a Firebolt. That would draw her attention to me.
You could try to cast a firebolt against Yoni. That'd be fine.
Do I need to move?
You need to be within. Firebolt's got a very long range, right?
120 feet.
Yeah, you just have to be within 120 feet of it.
So like right here?
100. That's well closer than 120 feet. That's
You
you're
should
about-
also specify your height, because height does make a difference.
Any recommendations?
How high are you willing to be if in case you take a fall?
Maybe like 3 feet off the ground?
She's hovering.
3.
Sure, that won't give you advantage or anything, but you can certainly be 3 feet above the ground and attack this thing.
Hey, you could even use the rest of your movement after your attack to go back straight up into the air. Because you didn't move until 60, right?
Nope, I did not. That's the
Right,
whole
so-
point.
Okay, there you go.
So I'm going to cast this Firebolt.
Okay, it's very brave to attack this big monstrosity alone. 24 hits. 9 points of damage. You have its attention as its head slowly turns towards you.
I'm going to go back over this way.
Okay. Ramped.
Okie dokies. I'd have one more of these like teleports left. How much movement does it cost to climb up this thing? The barricade.
So, going into it, there's about a 15-foot wall from the bottom of the trench. So, it would be 15 feet of climb.
Have climb speed?
I
do at some point.
If you don't have a climb speed, I think the current new rule set, it's an extra foot of movement for every 5 the difficult. Which sounds remarkably forgiving.
Yeah, it kind of does. If I were to use my like Cloud's Jaunt, can I only really teleport up to the little platform?
It has to be, if it's a Misty Step, it has to be a place you can see. So, I mean, you could teleport, think 3 dimensions. You can teleport really above anything here. You'll just kind of fall for anything over the ground. You know what I mean?
What about the platform that Archer C is on?
You could
something?
Misty Step up to where that is, yes.
All right. Then I will use my last one to do that. Wait, why am I? There we go. And then, yeah, I have enough movement. I'm just gonna run up to the Oni
That
and
is
reckless attack on him.
okay. That is an interesting move.
If there's any time for that great act to pull through, it's fucking now.
Yep. And that is exactly why I'm gonna reckless attack right now.
All right,
Oh,
reckless attack.
Oh, I forgot to hit his advantage. Oh,
Roll it one more time,
Okay.
see if you get a crit.
yep.
26 it is.
Yeah. Woohoo! For 12 points of slashing damage. That's not bad. I'll take it.
No, the Oni turns its head towards you and just shakes its head.
Does it look like it does any visible damage?
Yeah, you hit into it. It doesn't necessarily look... I mean,
Bothered.
it's big. This is a big, evil thing.
All right. Well, before I do
On
my
the
next
plus
attack,
side,
I'm
it's a
gonna go ahead-
magic great axe, so even if it did have any resistance, it would cleave through.
No, it's just a
Yep.
big thing.
All right, before I dole out my second attack, let's dole out temp HP. Nyx. Well, you're not. Yeah, you guys aren't close enough. All right, let's do temp HP to Talgus. 7 points. It looks like he's gonna need it.
Yeah, he still looks... He looks hurt, and he hasn't really done anything yet. Let's see, let me find him. Where is he? There he is.
By the dragon egg. And 23 for the next hit. Which I'm assuming hits.
That hits, yeah.
Oh, come on, come on, come on. Yes! 17
Nice.
points of damage.
All right.
Yes.
That's a nice solid hit, bro.
This poor Oni. All right, anything else in the quiver?
Just look at it, and you are ugly. Yeah, but same thing as like with the ogres. When I swing at it, each time with the axe, it's like I'm trying to chop down a tree.
And this thing is a tree. Okay.
So going straight for those legs. All right, that's my turn.
Grum?
Grum is going to run on up to this hag, and in response to her, when she said checkmate, he's gonna screaming. He's gonna say, "I don't do that game," and then he's gonna recklessly attack against the green hag,
All right, go ahead.
and that's gonna be a 25 to strike.
All right, you hit the illusory version of the green hag.
And that's going to deal 8 damage.
Okay, and as you hit her, she vanishes, and the mist just kind of rolls in where she was standing.
The mist just rolls in where she was standing.
Just kind of, she was standing there, she vanishes to vapor, and just kind of, the mist is the only thing that's left. She never looked too solid to begin with. What would you like? Would you like to do anything else?
I'm sure this would be an action, but I want to try to do it anyway, whether it's a roll or not. But I want to address the 2 Dragonborn, and Grum is going to tell them, if you 2 don't make yourselves useful this instant, I'm going to turn one of you into a pair of boots and the other into a belt.
That's right. You tell him, Steve, Dave.
Roll an intimidation roll real quick.
So I have primal knowledge while I'm raging. It says whenever you make an acrobatics, intimidation, perception, stealth, or survival, you can use strength instead. So can I do that?
Sure. So use so you would roll that and then add your exchange your charisma modifier for the. Yeah, that's fine. So roll the intimidation check, and then we'll add +3 to it instead of the +1.
So because it is strength-based in this instance, I also get advantage on it.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
And you're proficient
I
in
want to make
it.
sure everything's clearing out.
So we'll take out the +4 and we'll make a +7. You are thoroughly intimidating, and they stop their bickering back and forth as you say that. They seem to stop mocking you in Draconic.
Bet. Now get into the fray, lest your own platoon suffer for your inadequacies.
They were going to say something, but they're not going to say it after that intimidation check.
Actions speak louder than words, friends.
All right, and speaking of actions, what does this gas druid have left in him? Okay, so first things first. Framp, from where you're at, you can see the archdruid hold up his hand, and you see a wildfire kind of burst out and try to hit against the Oni. Let's see if it hits.
You can do it, buddy. I believe in you.
16 actually hits this thing. With the roll of a 7, I didn't think it was going to.
Wow.
But it does. And how much damage does he do? Sorry, too many tabs open. A lot of dice. Alright, so Talgas sends out a massive flame against this thing. Does 27 damage, and as he does, he collapses unconscious to the ground from exhaustion.
Oh, no.
But he hit a big blow against him. And let's mark it on the Oni. Alright, and with that, the Oni looks decently hurt. But let's see, it kind of steps on top of the tent. And it kind of gets everybody at an angle as it like stamps down the tent where it is. Let's see, 60 feet. Yeah, he's gonna blast some people. All right, but actually not as bad as it could be. He holds up his hand. Is it a he or a she? I honestly don't know. They hold up their hand, and I need Cramped make a con save.
Con save. Woohoo.
You should be decently good at the con save, I think.
Yeah. Sorry, my mouse is giving me a little trouble. 21.
That will save. So let's see how much damage you take. Let's see. This is the story of a girl who cried a river and drowned the whole world.
My God.
You take half of this from cold damage.
What?
It would be half-assed.
So
21, I guess.
a gigantic blast from this cone of cold slams out, and as it does,
Oh, what
the one that was hiding in the tent drops down. The two druids drop down.
Ooh.
And Talgas is already incapacitated, but you can see a layer of frost kind of form on him. And with that, we will roll to Nyx.
So the new Goliath does not automatically come with resistance to cold damage?
I think it
Let me
depends on the
double-check
kind
that.
of Goliath you pick.
Yeah,
Hi.
I think you might
The
be.
person that never goes to bed says hello.
Hi.
Okay. I was gonna say, bro, you should have taken half a half.
Yeah,
Is
no,
is Framp resistant, Julia?
no, I don't see it anything under species traits or anything like that. It probably is. I'd probably have to pick Frost Giant ancestry for it.
Maybe.
All right, it was a massive, gigantic blast of cold.
Yes, it was.
So I take it it's immune to ice.
I would be very careful about making that assumption. Oh, and the two Dragonborn. Have started running back because all right, the two Dragonborn make a run back towards the entrance. And let's see. With that, Nyx, it goes to you.
I'm still flying, so am I far away to where I could hit a firebolt at her?
Yeah, from your range, you can certainly hit her with a firebolt. That will hit. Okay. 13 points of damage is good damage. This thing is decently hurt. Okay, Nyx, anything else?
I don't think I can do anything else besides move, right?
Probably not do too much else, or at least not much else worth doing while you're concentrating on flight.
Then that's my turn.
Okay, that takes us to Framped. Cold Framped.
Cold Framped. All right. Who's getting temp HP? Who's getting 12 temp HP? I guess it's going on Tallgus again. Protect his ass a little bit. Can't give it to
Alright.
myself.
This guy
You
with the
can't
layer
give
of
it to
ice on him.
yourself?
Nope.
That sucks, dude.
Yeah, I don't have a way of getting the temp HP that I get at the beginning of my rage back either. It's the only downfall to it. But whatever. I'm still a beast. At least I'm gonna try to be. This beast is gonna swing, is gonna go, oh, I was raised in the mountains. This is nothing. And right now. All right.
Yes.
26.
Roll a deception check.
That hits.
All right. No one. Not rolling a one. Not rolling one.
No way, no way.
Did not roll a one. I rolled a 14.
Okay, 14. You can see a lot of blood come out, and it's like blue boiling blood as you pull out the great axe from it.
Hack. All right, let's try that again. That does not hit.
10 does not hit, no.
No. All right, that's my turn. I'm gonna look up at this thing like, what more?
Okay, anything else?
No, that's it. That's about all I can do.
Okay, that takes us to Grum. You have dispatched the illusory witch.
Yeah, I'm right. Okay. You said to climb over this, right? It costs what? Oops, shit.
So there's fifth. So once you slide down into it, there's about a 15 foot of climb left there.
Right. So,
So-
how much movement would that take up?
It's difficult terrain, which used to cost double the movement speed to get through, but under the new set of rules, which I can't find the 2014 rules for this.
So I will say this: if you can get up the wall, then at the start of your next turn, I can pull you. I can use the branches thing to pull you over to us.
It's not a bad
I
idea.
don't have to necessarily climb.
What's
Say
that?
what?
I said I just remembered that I don't even have to necessarily climb.
Let's see. Every difficult terrain, every foot of movement in that space costs 1 extra foot. 1 extra foot. That's weird. So I'm going to read this to you, and you tell me if it makes sense to you. If a space is difficult terrain, every foot of movement in the that makes sense. That makes sense. So it is still double. They just changed the wording to be weird. So it would.
Draconic sentence structure.
So it would be. It's basically 30 feet of movement to climb from the base of that trench up to the top of the wall.
Okay, Grum is gonna scratch that entire plan. He's gonna barrel through it. Shit, where was I? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
The boulders, the boulder spaces
Nope.
they made are still there, by the way.
The space in the boulders there?
Where the boulders hit the wall, those boulders are still there if you want to, like, use them as a jumping platform.
Nah, I think Grum is gonna, like, charge through and just bash through the fence.
Well, you
Like
still
that.
gotta... Okay, you still gotta go... So it's about 5 feet from the bottom. Let's do a strength athletics check to see if you can actually plow through the remainder of this weakened board.
Okay. Come on. 22.
With a 22, you can plow through the remainder of that weakened barricade.
Okay.
And you just, like, go
But that's
through the
where
wood
I
explodes
stop, right?
around
Right
you.
Here.
You
That's my max
see
movement,
this
right? I can't go any
gigantic...
further than right there.
If that's your movement, that's as far as you can go, yep.
Hold on.
Well, I was
I'm
asking
trying to
because
see if
I do have like 5 more feet that I could move if I'm allowed.
Yeah, you can move a little bit further in.
Okay, cool. So that'll be my action movement, and I will use a bonus action to extend my rage by letting out another like low bellow roar at the Oni.
Alright. It turns back with you with the same crazed face that's on its icon. It's got the same skin tone as you, bro. Look at that.
Yeah, he's trying to make fun of me. I find this thing very racist. It's blueface on this thing, okay? It's not acceptable.
Hey, I'm blue too. Blue gray. Question.
Oh, did we just come up with a name for you? Are you guys the Blue Man Group?
Yeah, we are.
Minus Nick.
For this branches of the tree thing, it says at the start of a creature's turn. Does that mean it has to be at the start, or does that mean it can just be like from the start of its turn?
So let me look. If it's saying from the start of the creature's turn, it probably doesn't want you to interrupt an action. It's like the thought of you do it before everything instead of doing it when something to prevent something. So what is under features and traits? That's Grum's.
Yeah, features and traits, class features at the very bottom. If it shows you the same screen as me.
It should. Vitality of the tree. Is that it?
Yep. No, branches of the tree.
Okay, very, very bottom. Finish. Huh, so when your rage is active and a creature you can see starts its turn within 30 feet of you, you can take a reaction to... For now, let's say that... Let's say that it's at the start for now, and we can discuss if we want to change it after that. Are you going to try to
Alright.
pull this Oni?
Oh no, I was gonna try and pull Grum to the owner.
Oh,
Since you're having more movement.
Grum certainly started his turn more than 30 feet away.
I know. Yeah. That's why I was asking.
Okay. And Grum, that's
Alright.
your turn. It's its turn. And... Oh, what does the Oni want to do? The Oni wants to... the Oni wants to destroy the dragon egg, but there are people that are in its way. So first things first, you see a magical field around it, and some of its wounds start to heal up just a little bit. And then it's going to take its glaive, and it's going to... No, you know what it's going to do? No, it'll attack with the glaive. Debate, internal debate, attacks with the glaive. Framp, 25 to hit.
Yes, that hits.
Okay. So, take 15 points of slashing damage from a magical glaive.
That will be reduced by 6 HP with my spirit shield.
Okay, reduce that if you will. So 9 and half 9 from your rage. And it will attack one more time.
So half 9 from my rage, so that'll be 4 points.
Yep.
Alright.
And 26 to hit for the second attack.
My goodness.
Yeah, you're taking the full brunt of this one, bro. I'm sorry.
19 points of magical slashing damage.
Alright, so that would be... does that get... Yeah, so 9 points.
Okay, and...
Right. Really
Nyx,
good echo.
Nyx, it's your turn. Actually, it might be better off that Echo's not here right now. She'll still be at full for the next part.
Oh god.
Oh, did I mention there's a next part?
What? I'm going to do a firebolt again since I'm still flying.
$23 hits.
No.
12 damage is good. Okay, Nyx, anything else?
Nope, that's it.
And Frampt.
Alright. Horrible time to swap out my spells in that long rest and get rid of a healing spell.
Wish we could give back temporary HP.
Yeah, I wish there was a way I could get my temporary HP back. Alright, let's see here. Speaking of temp HP, Grum, if you have less than 9, you now have 9 temp HP.
Thank you, brother.
Alright, and let's... Whatever. Let's reckless attack. Roll that beautiful bean footage. I'm so glad I did that.
Alright, 25 hits.
for 11 points of magical slashing damage.
Alright, magical slashing damage is taken. This thing looks
That is
very, very near death.
All right, cool. Let's hit him again. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Good hit, good. Oh, it's right on the 14, and then it rolled over on the 4. You ass. You ass.
11 to hit
All right.
does not hit, no.
Yeah, I know it didn't. Yeah, I don't think I have any other thingamajigs to really do. I just yell at it, why won't you die, you crazy asshole?
Wrong response because I haven't hit it yet.
Grum, would you like to try to hit it?
I sure would. I will step up to it and I will recklessly attack with my battle axe. Oops, well, does 22 hit anyway?
It does.
You know what? Let's see if we can get a critical.
That's the spirit.
I got a critical, just not the right one.
That one is not a crit. 22 to hit.
So that'll deal 9, 10, 11 damage, and I need it to make a con save.
Okay, this thing is good at con saves. 20.
Oof.
Yep, that's a good concept.
All right, that's fine. That's cool. We're gonna strike again with this battle. Okay. A 30 20 to hit.
That hits.
Yeah.
That's gonna deal 15 damage.
Nice.
Or, I'm
Which-
sorry, 14.
Which either way is enough that you land a hit on this thing, and as you crack its face, its skin fades away in little magical dots that evaporate in the air. You look at its skull for a second and it looks down at you, and it just kind of whooshes away as it dies. The tent is crushed, but the Oni is dead. And that is a good place to call it tonight. And as that happens, Echo foofs. And she looks at you guys and says, "Hey guys, what'd I miss?" And that's where we'll call it today.
Nice.
Oh, that's you just missed us leveling. You just missed us leveling up to 7.
That would be funny.
But you are still back in the ancient times. Wherever the obelisk shard has transported you to.
Which Grum still has a hold of, right? Totally forgot to add it to my
Yeah, you
inventory.
have it. You certainly have that Chunka obelisk shard.
That's an item. You would call it what? A chunk of obelisk shard?
Just an obelisk shard. Large obelisk shard.
All right.
Well, that was intense.
Yeah, you guys got back. You guys got back to the Oni quicker than I thought you would, honestly. A slow moving anything towards an objective is normally a sign of danger.
Honestly, I was expecting the mist to bring the ogres back to life.
I didn't know what to expect. When you said that the mist was kind of forming where the hag was, I thought the Oni was going to teleport there.
No, it was actually in gaseous form, which is it's got like a 10-foot movement speed per turn, but it can get through almost anything.
Paladin grenade, man. Paladin casts gaseous form and enters a empty potion bottle, and anybody just chucks it, and Paladin emerges right into the middle of wherever you throw it.
That is the weirdest Molotov cocktail I've ever heard of.
Right?
All right, everyone. I am going to go to sleep.
I hope next week we have everybody back and Echo can look at all of the carnage.
Yes, you can.
Yes, she can.
All right, guys, have a great night. Thank you for
Good night.
everything.
Have fun with the wasps.
There are no
Oh
wasps.
yeah.
Sorry about all of that chaos.
Remember, don't kill it if it's a bee.
There's no bee. It's winter. There's no bee or wasp in the house.
Then what was buzzing?
Her imagination buzzes with excitement.
All right. Night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night, yeah.
Good night.
Good night, guys.
Nix, you got a minute? Or oh, she's gone.
Oh, and Happy New Year.